This game ends up going the distance here simply because... Hi guys, welcome back to Dreamhack. I'm here with XMG.ToD, who, as you can see, isn't here as a caster in this particular tournament. Of course, we're here as a player. Of course, Todd, you're now doing a ridiculous amount of casting as well, in addition to keeping up your play at a pro level. Everyone knows it's difficult to juggle both, so there's no point asking that question. But what have you found the most challenging about keeping sort of both sides of your life up? Like, what's the part of it that's most difficult?
I think playing a lot when I'm traveling all the time in casting tournaments, and I have to focus on casting these days since I've casted like a lot of tournaments in a row rather than play. The difficult part is like to find time to play, and because like when I'm traveling for a tournament to cast, I study a lot of VODs, I watch replays and stuff, which that's not purely playing. So then if I do that for a few weeks like I did now, it's very difficult when I go back to playing. You know, like I came straight here from Washington and I've been trying to prepare for these tournaments, playing in an internet cafe, and like I've been losing a lot, and I feel like I've been playing pretty bad the last few days. So it's a little bit worrisome that I'm not playing that well, and I think, yeah, that's the difficult part. Traveling all the time and finding time to play.
Do you think that part of your preparation, now that you're at the tournament, you know, you're playing on a decent PC and a monitor, you're kind of getting in the zone a little bit more now, is that going to help you put the last couple of days behind you, or is that still going to be on your mind when the tournament starts?
Yeah, maybe it's going to help, but overall, like, since I'm not satisfied with the way my games went beforehand here, I'm not feeling that confident. And also, like, usually, I think I did pretty well when I casted and then had to play tournaments, but it wasn't nearly as much as now. And also, Protosses were doing pretty well. And like I was finding a lot of inspiration, whereas now Protoss, like every tournament I go to, they just kind of lose. I was just in Washington, and like the 4 PVT there was, they all were lost. So I'm not seeing too many good ideas out there on what to use, and like as far as build orders go.
Is this a little bit of a turning point in the metagame then? I mean, we had, I'm sure a lot of us know your opinion on Swarm Hosts, especially before. We had a pretty nice period, I would guess, where the Protosses were doing really well, and now it seems the Terrans are coming back into the fore a bit. Do you see this as kind of like some sort of natural progression here, or do you think, hang on a second, something's wrong and, you know, something needs tweaking?
Yeah, well, tweeting doesn't really help much. Tweaking, you say?
Yeah, tweaking.
Okay.
You can tweet as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that could work, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that Swarmhost and Terran were like going to be very difficult to play against for a long time. I was already struggling against Terran in the previous map pool. I guess I didn't blink Stalker all into enough. And yeah, I already knew that if you try to play Stutter against Terran, it's going to be very hard. And now you're kind of forced to. Like, you can't really play Charge-Lord Templar nearly as much as before. It's so much more difficult. So I kind of saw this coming, and yeah, nowadays I'm just not sure what to do against both Zergs and Terran. Like, Terran, for me, has always been my nemesis for the longest time. Like Medivacs, Reapers, all these units drive me crazy. They're so fast. And then you play against Zerg, and all they do is go Muta and base trades, or camp with Swarmhost and let you mine out the map, and then you still lose. So it's like very hard to still enjoy the game. And I really hope this stuff is going to be addressed either in the next season or patch, which nothing has been talked about so far, or in Legacy of the Void. The thing is, there is like a lot of common misconception and double standards. You know, like Protoss was strong for a long time. I do agree with that. It was overpowered on the maps and stuff, and I did agree. Like, a lot of stuff had to be changed, like the Mothership Core and all that. But now there's been a lot of nerfs, some buffs for Terrans, and the map have been changed so drastically that I feel it's really hard for Protoss to go find a tournament. And like a lot of Zerg and Terrans, like when Protoss still wins nowadays, they still complain about the race. Whereas when Zerg and Terran wins, that's because they're so much better. And I think it's a little bit pitiful to read so much about this, and I feel like there's a lot of toxicity going around in regards to that. But yeah, I try to ignore it, but it's very hard.
No, that makes sense. We've got a lot of talented players here at Dreamhack as well. Some of which are Protosses, a lot of which are Korean, and there are basically, I mean, technically there are 6, but realistically there are 3 BlizzCon spots up for grabs, and a crazy number of people sort of here. Do you personally have a good idea of who you think are going to finish top 3, top 4 this Dreamhack? What are you feeling?
It's crazy, actually. If you look at the player list, there's just so many good players. Yeah. I feel like Classic could definitely have the deep run. Sue is basically guaranteed second place. Life, I think Life could go very far. And then the Terran lineup is actually, compared to the other races, not as strong, I feel. It's just like MMA, Yoda, 4GG, so it's lacking top tier Korean Terrans, but they can still do some damage. Somebody like Solar, I think definitely can make it to that top 8 if he can get past me in the group stage. And yeah, there's just too many good players to name, but I feel like these guys may be the main ones to go far and maybe win it.
It's going to be pretty tough as well. There are actually a couple of those names you mentioned, like Yoda and MMA in particular, are the players that are like on the cusp of qualifying, so they're really trying to go far. I wonder if they've had any special prep for it. But
and Snoot and Jedong too is going to be interesting also. Like
yes.
There is a chance it could go bad or good for them here.
It's a lot on the line this weekend at Dreamhack. Well, thanks for chatting to me, man, and best of luck in the group stages later on today. Anything you want to say to the camera, your fans, shout-outs? Let's hear it.
Shout out to my team XMG. Best team and best sponsor and best laptops, best gaming laptops. Thanks to you guys for watching, and yeah, just enjoy the games, and I hope you will enjoy them more than me possibly, because I got Solar and I never get lucky in these tournaments. Thank you.
You got thousands of people cheering for you, man, and I know they will continue to do so through this weekend, no matter how things go. We're all getting behind you. Yeah, thanks very much, and we'll see you for more from Dreamhack Stockholm in just a bit.